Since the dawn of time, tycoons have ruled Roblox. One game in particular dominated them all. Miner's Haven is an 11-year-old tycoon game with almost wait. What's that? Oh, the game is down. Gosh, I've never played Miner's Haven. The game is a kind of like a drag and drop tycoon game where you have like a bunch of things like droppers, conveyors, furnaces, sellers, and you just make money. Just make lots of money. And so early on, I kind of knew what I was doing, so I kind of just want to speed this beginning process up and to reach my first roadblock, which in this game is so I've run into a pretty big bottleneck in the point, as you saw with what I talked about. These cell phones are pretty OP, but there's something about other than money that you don't have to worry about, and it's this thing called research points. Essentially, this game kind of prevents you from progressing too quickly, but this is where some of the special furnaces come in, like this one right here, a reinforced furnace, and it just gives you research points whenever an ore comes in. The problem, you see, this is a little elevated. You can't just, drop conveyors in there. So then that's when I had a solution. I've never used this in my life, by the way, but I remember Ore Canyon. What does an Ore Canyon do? Well, you're not ready for this. Introducing the Ore Canyon. For a low price of $354,000, you are able to launch your ore into the stratosphere. Wow, that was a waste of time, wasn't it? After grinding enough research points for this part of the game, I decided that I needed to move on and actually got to make money, and this is where cell furnaces came in, which kind of work as in you drop the ores directly into the furnaces without upgrades, and they'll give a huge benefit. It's very easy to expand them bigger and bigger, and although expanding it doesn't really increase it exponentially, it is multiplicatively. It's still fine because early on, I just need to make a lot of money before I began the true part of this game. Okay, so after grinding a bit, I finally earned enough money to buy what I've been saving for. So, obviously, with how OP the cell furnace early game strat is, I'm going to continue the cell furnace. And something that I've been using you notice, was the remote diamond mines. But the thing is, like, these are kind of outdated. Now I can use the remote opal mine, which, I mean, if you could guess, are way better than these diamond mines by 16 times. So, that just means even more money is going to be made even quicker. So now that I've kind of gone through most of the early part of the game, it's time to actually do what this game intended you to do, which was build setups. What are setups? Not cell furnaces, alright? No cell furnaces. So in this time lapse, you can actually see me building my first setup, and additionally I'll include like screenshots, kind of just updating like this is me just loading, adding on to the setup until we finally reach where we need to reach. Finally, we've gotten here, so time to do the rebirth that we've been all waiting for. I forgot they changed the button. So rebirthing is pretty nice because, well, we might lose almost everything. In return, we gain something back. And this is not something I probably want to gain, but this is okay. And my goal in this game is actually to do the ultimate sacrifice, which requires 1,000 rebirths. So I didn't actually know this, but the start of the second rebirth is actually really different from this first because they don't give you all those items they give you initially. So you kind of actually have to play the game how it once was with like these crappy droppers and crappy upgraders and furnaces. And I can't even use my Dutch listing because to use this, you need to feed coal into it, and I can't afford a coal mine yet, so it's gonna take a bit. Everything always reverts back to cell furnace. I don't even know why you try. So I actually wanted to test this out because I low-key don't remember how good the industrial fire mine is, so I kind of just want to see like record it so y'all guys understand my initial reaction to how this works. But I don't really remember how good. Oh, wait, is it not? Does this not work in cell furnaces? Okay, so that does not work in a cell furnace. Like, I use a basic furnace. That's OP because I'm in the billions already. What the hell? So yeah, the new dropper was so OP. I'm not gonna lie, I think I was able to rebirth double my money in like such a quick time. I'm like, wow, maybe this was actually a good thing to get. But time to rebirth too. I'm gonna speed through the first 10 re. Oh no! I swear, gosh, if I get another one of those things, I'm gonna cry. Finally, something new! Okay, so we're officially 1% into this challenge, and looking at the rebirth items I got, ignoring the duplicates, of course, what I have is Pizza Plaster Azure Mine, Ore Illuminator, and Frozen Justice, which none of these are bad, or I guess none of these are bad rebirths from what I recall. And honestly, I think I'm pretty happy with what I have so far. Obviously, Azure Refiner is a little bit special because it deletes special ores, which means I have to kind of put it early on. And while it's spores, it's fine, except it deletes ore illuminated ores, which makes me go, why? But that's okay. Poison Justice, it's alright furnace being only 6 times. However, if you feed into fire, it's going to be 17 times, and if you use a Schrodinger before it, it's going to be 27 times, so it's really strong, actually. And then we all know how the industrial file crystal mine works. So for the next, like, hour and a half or so, I was just on call with my friends, so I was kind of just mindlessly running around rebirthing, so that's kind of what you're gonna watch for a bit. I'll show some of my favorite parts, I kind of, about the conversation. I lied. My recording did not record. Okay, my mic was muted, so this is gonna be me running around for a bit. Oh my. Anyways, saying was, I kind of skimmed through the very early game because first of all, I was kind of just mindlessly rebirthing while playing with my friends. At this part of this game is I created this thing called what I like to call a rebirth setup, and it's basically just a setup where a setup with all reborn proof items. Instantly, when I rebirth, I don't need to grind for anything new. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what happened to that recording, but like the audio just gets getting progressively worse and worse. So I'm just gonna ignore that whole clip and I'm just gonna talk here. Hey. Okay, I didn't realize this, but like I just playing the game and I got a shiny reborn. I've never got one in my life. Like I'm actually kind of surprised. I did not know this was even possible. I forgot this was a thing. So that's pretty cool. I don't think it does anything special besides the looks, but oh well. Last time I played this game, I had 0 shinies, and now suddenly I just got another shiny. What? Okay, something I've been waiting to show everyone is actually this really cool, um, the list of shinies. I wonder if I'm right there. I'm on that list. Anyways, something that's really cool about this game is obviously when you get to this point game, you can get a lot of duplicate items, and this game has a really cool feature. We're actually able to like merge your duplicate items into stronger versions of themselves. So one of the items that I got, you remember the Frozen Justice I talked about, I actually got enough duplicates of the item to craft its evolution, the Frozen Peak. But obviously it costs research points, so let's just forge it. And we do it. Bam, we get the Frozen Peaks, which it's it's good. It's, imagine the Frozen Peaks, but the multipliers are higher. It's better than what I'm using right now, the Ambrosia Fountain. So when you know something I didn't realize? Oh, it's not that big. Thank goodness. Yeah, you notice a lot of the values are in the octillions compared to the Ambrosia, or many values on the septillion, not a high octillion. But of course, there's one thing that I kind of neglected when it comes to these reborn items, and it's that it kind of eats up all my research points. So you know what that means? Now this is what I call the ultimate research point farm. Okay, so I might have gone a little bit overboard with this roleplay farm, and it's a little massive now. I kind of make like a lot of roleplay per second, but hey, why do I need these points? Let me show you. This is the next item we're unlocking. And what is it? Oh, wait, I don't have enough. Okay. So recently, my setups have been kind of falling off, and one of the biggest reasons to that is I'm using this thing called a two-line rebirth setup, right? Where basically, it's two lines of upgrades, one and two. The problem is with my current setup, I'm not really making enough money, and because of that, you can see how I'm barely even like 5x or 6x the rebirth cost when I used to be able to like 1,000 exit, 10,000 exit. So clearly, the cost of the money is catching up to me. So that's when I realized that I'm going to start doing things that like I've been putting off. So one of the big things is this kind of this, since the game's in the 11th year anniversary, on the right side we have this event button, and here it puts up this menu with a bunch of rewards, and I kind of held off claiming them mainly because like I didn't want to rely too much on something that like most people wouldn't have in a normal run of this game. Obviously, that's Bunzilla and King Birthday Crate cake was kind of a little bit. I know, throw out the window, but that's not the point. Point is, I kind of want to limit myself off. But as of right now, I kind of do need the help of these rewards. And let me claim them all real quick. Okay, I claimed on them. And I do want to say, like, all these rewards that they gave me, like these upgraders and whatnot, I'm actually not gonna use them. And the main reason I collected them actually was for the UC. And what's special about UC is the crystal shop, more specifically, this this teleporter. Where is it? The orange teleport. And why is that useful? It basically allows me to create a third row where I can put a teleporter inside this furnace right here, and I can put a third row, putting more lines of upgraders to allow me to kind of increase my multiplier further. And on top of that, another feature of this game I kind of been neglecting is there's a skip feature where if you have 1,000x the money required to rebirth, you're able to skip a life, essentially, or taking less. It essentially lets you skip two lives at once, saving time, right? And I had that disabled, so this whole time, the 404 rebirths or 403 rebirths I've done, I've manually pressed it, skip. But now I'll be doing the skip lives feature, which will allow me just to get through this challenge a lot quicker. So yeah, afterwards I worked on just building a setup with the teleporter, and yeah, I made a lot of money. Okay, so we're officially halfway there, and yeah, rebirthing is taking a long time now. I jumped from it costing like 28, 20 something octillion to 20 no million. Like holy crap! And I'm skipping two lives, not even skipping one life. So it's getting hard. I can't lie. But let's hope I can get some more evolved reborn to help with this, guys. I think I broke my character running animation. I don't know what's wrong with it. Why are my legs flopping around like that? You know what time it is? It's time to unlock upgrades. And today we'll be unlocking one of my favorite items, actually, the Astral Cider. And then another item I never really thought I would get is the Plutonium Excavator. Holy moly, this is massive. You know what time it is? Two more reborn items. Today we'll be doing... Here it is. Tesla Resetter, a Futer, and then... Searing Heat. I got a new item I've never seen before. It's called Cursor Furnace. And it's an Advanced Reborn. What is an Advanced Reborn? I've never heard of that in my life. Got to find out what it does. Okay, so what I'm understanding is it's really OP, except I don't have the item it pairs with. So I guess we're gonna keep playing and pretend like I didn't get it. Oh, another item joins the fray. I can find it. Holy. I lied, and I might have lost the plot to the game as well. I'm not gonna lie. So afterwards, I decided to take on one of the game's different challenges. And originally, to unlock this special upgrade, you can say, you just had to reach dual decillion in your cache. But now they made it where you actually had to start a challenge and then run with no layouts. So I kind of challenged myself to see how fast could I do it. And you could clearly see I made a lot of mistakes, but bam, I got it. We're officially 90% into the game, into this challenge. Only 100 more Reapers to go. Wow. The challenge was coming to an end. I couldn't help myself from looking back to my starts. From the very humble beginnings of a simple dropper to the ultimate sacrifice, I learned that you need to let go of the past to build a brighter future, and only then can you really see the good above.